Hello friends, my name is Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing a traditional Tudor home in The Sims 4. I was originally going to go with a modern storybook house because I was driving around my area and I'm like, you know what? I haven't done one of those houses in a while. That house right there looks really pretty. And then it just kind of ended up being a traditional Tudor home. So I was mentioning that this home would be built in like the early 2000s. You'll see in the kitchen that I put one of those like wall phones up in that area. For right now, we are just working on the entryway. I was mentioning that this would be for a family of four with a child and a toddler. This is a two-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom home built in the world of Windenburg. So we are going to be adding some pictures onto the walls. Like I said, I wanted this to be like a traditional home, and in a way, I feel like traditional homes, or like more older traditional homes, are kind of closed off like this. They kind of have like a entry area, and then like there's different like branches that like go off into the different parts of the house. So we are now finished with the entryway, and we're kind of working on this little hallway spot that leads into the second staircase. And I wanted to have this like desk computer area in this spot because I was imagining it would be like a younger family that maybe like inherited this big home, or they just have young kids and they want to be a little bit careful with what their kids are seeing on the internet, and so they want to have it in more of a easier spot for the parents to see what their kids are doing on the internet. And you can see just then I put a closet in that little stairway room. I was imagining it would be like a coat closet. I feel like we need to have like more closet systems in the game, not exactly for like changing your Sims wardrobe, but like just like putting like a utility closet in the hallway. You know, kind of like how they recently added light switches. I feel like it'd be nice to have like a closet feature, like your Sims can like walk in there, or maybe it can be like a storage item of some sort. And I don't know, that was just an idea. I know it probably will never happen, but it'd be kind of nice to make homes feel more realistic. And so you can see we're now in the kitchen. I made a little dining et space for the Sims. And again, I was thinking this to be a traditional home, and I know traditional homes do have like dining place, nice dining rooms. I say nice dining places, but the rooms. And so I wanted to make a little dining at space, kind of to bring in that little bit of modernism, where I don't really feel like too many people are eating at dining room tables these days. And so we are just going to be adding a nice little floor to ceiling shelf. I was mentioning that kind of like where the microwave or like the bread basket would be, is in that like floor to ceiling shelf. And it does clip a little bit, but I think it's okay. Different angles, it doesn't really matter. So we are just going to be adding a rug underneath the dining room, and now we're going to just be adding a little bit of decoration onto the counters. Wanted to make sure this house had all of the like normal day-to-day things. I don't add laundry because I didn't want to, and I know it's kind of annoying to play with laundry sometimes in Sims, so this is like a house that you could see in like the real world, except for the laundry machine. It could have maybe gone in that coat closet that I added in the stairway, or it could have been in another closet area you'll see in the living room area if you do want to play with laundry. I just wanted to keep this video very limited up with packs. I'm pretty sure I only use the Get Together pack, which is a pretty good pack. It comes with a world, comes with very traditional items and very modern items. You can double check me down in the description and also check the total value of this home if you want to play inside. So we are just going to be adding a few more things into the kitchen, and then we are going to be heading into the living room and half bath in the living room area. So we are just going to be making sure this home feels and looks lived in. And now we are in the half bath. This is a very simple bathroom. I wanted to keep the counters consistent, so I use the same ones from the kitchen in this bathroom area. It is also from the new update. You probably know that already, but I'm still in love with these new kitchen counters, and so I wanted to use them in this space. And so we are just going to be adding a fireplace, also from the new update that came with the base game. And the base game is free, so if you are wanting to play in this home and you only have like $30 or $40 to spend and you want to get the Get Together pack, this is would be the perfect house for you. And so we are just going to be working on a little living room space now. I realized during the screenshots, you'll see this at the very end if you watch towards the whole video, you'll see that like the middle of this space is very empty, and I didn't realize that when I was building this house, and I couldn't think of anything to like put in the middle. It was like kind of felt like a walkway between like the main part of the house to like the side slash back door, and so I just kind of left it empty. But leave a comment down below if you have any ideas of like what would you put in that space. I know that it could be like a game table or some like activity. So we are just going to be adding a little side table in this living room area. I'm kind of losing my words. And now we are going to be adding a little coffee table. I feel like this area is very cute and I enjoyed it. So we are just going to be working on the outside a little here and there. I just kind of saw some items. I'm like, okay, I want to put that outside before I forget. So we are making this for a family, and so I do add some children and toddler toys in this space. And so I wanted it to feel like a family home. So I feel like having like these like dollhouse and like toddler blocks in this space just kind of helped give it that family lives here feel. And so we are just going to be adding some artwork and going to be adding some items onto the mantle. I was mentioning that the fireplace would be a wood burning, and so you just saw me add a stack of logs outside, and I think that's just really cool. It's a cool item that came with the Get Together pack. It's not really that useful because your Sims can't really like go out and like come back in with firewood, but I think it helps tell the story of like a traditional Tudor home. And now we are going to be adding a second closet into this first level. And I was imagining that this space would be kind of like more like the mudroom area, kind of like when the kid is done playing, they can like come back here, put their dirty shoes away or their dirty clothes away, and then proceed into the rest of the house. And I was kind of imagining that this home, like I said at the beginning, could be like a family home that was like given to this newly wed family. And so I wanted to put some traditional pictures or some like old timey pictures that could be like ancestors of this family. And now we're just going to be adding a window because I feel like it just needed some natural light. It is kind of a tight and awkward space back here, but I think it looks good. And I know this might look how Tudor homes in real life look. I've never really been inside a Tudor home, so we are now outside going to be putting in some garden beds, and I do add a hot tub back here, which might seem a little bit weird or out there, but I was kind of struggling on items to put in the backyard. So I was like, you know what? We can put some of these garden boxes. It kind of goes with the gardening tools by the door. We can put a monkey bar set for the kid, and then the parents can have a hot tub, and I guess they have the gardening area as well. And the toddler doesn't really have any like outdoor playthings out here. So I'm sorry to the toddler that may or may not be living in this home. And now we are just going to be finishing up this backyard space with a little bit of terrain paint by the not by the monkey bars. I would say a ladder, and my monkey bars are not the same thing as a ladder. So we are now on the second floor of the house where two bedrooms and two bedrooms are, and there is also this kind of like loft space. You'll see what I do with that in a moment. But first, we are working on the hall bath that is for the child and the toddler. I wanted to like make the bathrooms kind of equal sizes, but it didn't really work out. So I'm making this bathroom larger because it needed to have a tub, and that's why I have toddlers living in here, is because I wanted the bathrooms to be the same size, but it just kind of work out like that. And so, you know what? I'm just going to make a bathtub. That is the perfect little spot for the bathtub, and it's just easier, I guess, for your Sims to wash their children. Actually, it's the only way for them to wash their toddlers and infants. So, we are just going to be adding a toddler potty and some other little bathroom clutter items into this bathroom. Just try to keep it pretty simple in this spot. And now we are working in the art department for the walls, and now we are in the loft space for this family. I was imagining that this would be more of like a play area that for the kid and possibly toddler. There's not really like a designated playroom in this house, and so I feel like it was a little realistic to just kind of make this like empty space kind of function as a play space, and maybe this is like a good spot for the kids to hang out if there's like a family dinner going on. And so we are just going to be adding a rug into this room just to kind of fill in that space, but like still make it accessible for the Sims to get into their bedrooms. And now we are in the primary suite, which I think is a pretty simple bedroom. We have just basic essentials like the bed, a dresser, and I do add a picture frame TV into this space. And it's just a pretty simple bedroom. I didn't want to add like a seating area or anything because that just seemed too much in this room. And so we are just going to be adding a mirror, keeping this area very simple. Try and keep the woods furniture cohesive and kind of contrast the wood details on the walls. And now we are just going to be adding a few little decorations here and there. I do add a rug because this is the new ru carpet that came with the 25th update, and I love it, but I kind of hate it at the same time. It's like nice that there's like small little details that makes it look kind of more realistic, but at the same time it looks just a little too plain when you're far away. So we are going to be adding some artwork and finishing up this bedroom and going into the half or onto the ensuite, which I guess is a three-quarter bathroom. It has a shower, toilet, and sink. I wanted to give this bathroom a little bit more counter space because I was imagining that these Sims parents have a little bit more storage they need to hide, or not hide, but like to store in a bathroom compared to kids. I feel like kids are a little bit more simpler. They can easily put that stuff underneath the sink, but I feel like parents kind of have more things they need to stash away, and so we are now going to be going into the kid and toddler's room. It's this bedroom at the front of the house. I wanted to have like a loft bed with a desk underneath it, and I didn't really have like anything too specific in mind for the Sims. I just imagined the kid would be into space and their favorite color would be purple. And the toddler is very neutral. It can basically be whatever you want. It can, I mean, guess toddlers don't really have like any interests in the way. It's just kind of like trying to age them up as fast as possible. So we are going to be adding a chair to the desk and going to be adding some toys for the toddler. I do make a little play area for the toddler at the end or at the foot of the toddler bed, and then I wasn't really thinking to add too many toys for the child. I do have that like science lab kit in the loft area and an art table in here, but I didn't really think I needed a whole bunch of toys spread around for both the child and the toddler, and so we are going to be adding some bookshelves. I do add two bookshelves. One is this kind of more baby bookshelf for the toddler, and then I add this house looking bookshelf. It's like kind of a classic item in my mind for the child, and so it kind of like defines the room of like the toddler side, the toddler side and the child side, and I wanted to use this cool new couch from the current event that's going on, and so we are just going to be adding some star wallpaper because I was imagining that this kid be really into space and they want to be in space so bad they beg their parents or a loft bed just so they can be a little bit closer to space. Anyway, that was maybe a little bit of a long rant, but we are getting close to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and if you have any build suggestions for me, like limited packs, a budget, or a interest you want me to design for, let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much to those who have hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!